I have no idea. Good morning, everyone, and I want to thank everybody who's joined us online for your patience while we waited for a quorum of council. Linda did send a note over that she had a medical appointment, so she's here now. So we have 4 members of the council present, and the rest of them had work-related responsibilities or medical issues, and so they're not here today. So in the council chambers, we have I'm Chief Donald Miracle. We have Councillor Linda Lewin present. We have Councillor Chris Miracle present, and Councillor Aaron Ferranti present. Our Chief Administrative Officer, Sherry Miracle, is on vacation this week, and Angela Miracle, the Director of Operations, is here. We have Shelley Bowden, the Executive Assistant to Council and Secretary to Council is here, and we have Charles Miracle, who's my assistant, he's here. So we'll now call our meeting to order, and can we have a motion to declare the meeting called to order? Moved by Aaron.
I'll second you.
Linda. Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Can we have a motion to adopt the agenda? Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Moved by Councillor Aaron Ferranti. Is there a seconder?
I'll second you.
Linda. Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. We will have the minutes of September the 3rd. So for those online, I'll read the minutes. The minutes of September the 3rd, regular council minutes, were held in the council chambers on September the 3rd, 9:30 a.m. I was present. O'Guari was present. Chris Brandt was present. Curtis Brandt here. Aaron Brandt was present. Linda Lewin and Chris Miracle were here. Sherry Miracle, the CEO, was present. Shelley Bowden, the Executive Administrative Assistant and Recording Secretary of Council, was present. And Charles Miracle, my assistant, was here. And Angela Miracle was absent due to being on vacation. It was moved by Linda Lewin and seconded by Chris Brandt to adopt the agenda. The motion was carried. Motion 2 was moved by Linda and seconded by Curtis Brandt that the council minutes of August the 7th be approved. The motion was carried. Motion 3 was moved by Curtis Brandt and seconded by Aaron Ferranti that the council minutes of August the 21st be approved. The motion was carried. Motion 4 was moved by Linda Lewin and seconded by Chris Brandt to approve to go in private to address an issue at 11:15 a.m. and the motion was carried. Motion 5 was moved by Aaron Ferranti and seconded by Chase Ogwari Brandt to return to regular council meeting to complete the agenda at 12:37 p.m. The motion was carried. Motion 6 was moved by Chase Ogwari Brandt, seconded by Linda Lewine to approve the following meetings outside the territory. Chief would be attending the health awards in Toronto, and that should read October this 26th instead of the 16th. That motion was carried. Motion 7 was moved by Aaron Ferranti and seconded by Linda Lewine to approve to recess to attend the grand opening for the ambulance services at the fire hall at 1:13 p.m. The motion was carried. Council returned from the gathering at the fire hall at 2:15 p.m. Councillor Chris Brandt did not return, not feeling well. That was due to his surgery. And motion 8 was moved by Linda Lewine and seconded by Aaron Ferranti to defer the letter of the four-pillar community plan for more information. That should say for the. Motion 9 was moved by Aaron Ferranti, seconded by Curtis Brandt, that the council hereby approves Chief Ardonald Merrill to remove the Queen Anne silver from the bank vault Montreal for the British Consul General visit on September the 16th. MCR 2024-25-55 was passed and carried. The British Consul General had to postpone her meeting due to another commitment, and so that will be rescheduled. Motion 10 was moved by Aaron Ferranti and seconded by Chase Ogwari Brandt that was resolved that the council endorse, approve, and authorize FNTI to erect a new campus building on the Mohawk aerodrome property in order to fully support FNTI's capacity to increase their provision of post-secondary education to Indigenous people. MCR 24-25-56 was carried. Motion 11 was moved by Chase Ogwari Brandt and seconded by Chris Miracle to approve the signing of the letter of permission to harvest in our traditional harvesting area for Jodi Kadu. The motion was carried. Motion 12 was moved by Aaron Ferranti and seconded by Chase Ogwari Brandt to approve increasing capacity to full-time for the before and after school program supervisor and add 3 full-time staff to the before and after school program in MBQ's organizational structure to work with the before and after school program coordinator to enhance and develop programs for community children between the ages of 6 and 12 years all year round, and the motion was carried. Motion 13 was moved by Chase Ogwari Brandt and seconded by Curtis Brandt to approve awarding the contract for the new front accessibility ramp project at All Saints Church and to build all contractors for the amount of $113,616 on the total project budget is $143,157 to allocate these funds from the open LP funds, and no other bids were received, and the motion was carried. Motion 14 was moved by Chase Ogwari Brandt and seconded by Aaron Ferranti to approve to allocate lot 32E-2 concession to and 32B-1-1 concession for new build projects for Habitat for Humanity to place a selection priority to existing tenants to allocate 32B-2 concession previous foreclosure for a new build project for Habitat and to place a selection priority for families of the disclosure if there is an interest and they met in selection criteria. Defer allocating 3 lots on Hickory or Upper Slash Road to create opportunity for approximately 17 new Habitat for Humanity homes pending more information. Chris Miracle, negative vote, wants to see transparency and the process of how lots were chosen. The motion was carried. Motion 15 was moved by Aaron Ferranti and seconded by Linda Lewine to approve the Indigenous Services Canada funding agreement number 122-ON27, Amendment 73, adjustment to the reporting requirements, and Amendment 74 in the amount of $46,810, an increase in accessing home and community care digital health needs. The motion was carried. Motion 16 was moved by Chase Ogwari Brandt and seconded by Aaron Ferranti to approve to pay Miller Thompson, and we should put in their lawyers, invoice number 4029388 in the amount of $1,495 for the purchase of Forester's Island. That's not worded right. We didn't purchase Foresters Island. It's for the legal work relating to the purchase, relating to the gifting of Foresters Island. That motion was carried. Motion 17 was moved by Aaron Ferranti, seconded by Linda Lewin, to approve to continue to receive 5.5% of interest rate offered by the Bank of Montreal on all bank accounts and review in 6 months. The motion was carried. Motion 18 was moved by Aaron Ferranti and seconded by Chase of Guari Brant to acknowledge Sherry Miracle CEO vacation September 16th to the 20th and October the 1st to the 4th. The motion was carried. Motion 19 was moved by Aaron Ferranti and seconded by Linda Lewin to defer the Associated Iroquois and Allied Indians meeting notice for the matriarchs Two-Spirited 2.0 Summit for clarification on who should attend. The motion was carried. Council confirmed the following meetings. Moved by Aaron Ferranti, seconded by Chase Agorga. This meeting going private. Motion was carried. So we need the following meetings recorded there. Shelley, there's nothing there. Okay. Okay. No, Chris, did you still have that issue with motion 22 in the public minutes you thought should be in public?
I can clarify.
Okay. Okay. Can we have a motion then to accept, are there any errors, omissions, or corrections to these minutes?
None that I saw.
None?
I didn't see anything.
So the ones I've already mentioned, just that Angela was absent due to vacation should be recorded. And the meeting, the health awards in Toronto are was the 26th in Toronto. And just the one word for the Pillar Society in motion 8. And those, and then just to add the minutes after.
And the one about the lawyer, right? You're gonna fix that one?
What's that?
You said you wanted to put in there for that Miller invoice.
Yeah, and lawyers that so they know that they're legal counsel. Okay. Can I have a motion to accept the minutes as corrected?
All motion.
Aaron, who will second it?
I'll second you.
Linda? Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Is there any business arising from the public minutes of September the 3rd? Aaron?
Just for that matriarch summit, I'm not able to go to that.
Okay, we'll note that then. Vincent and Aaron's not able to go to the Matriarch Summit. And Linda, you'll be attending? Linda will be attending. Okay, are there any, do you have any business arising from the minutes, Linda? Chris, do you? Okay. Just that one notation that Aaron will not attend. The upcoming meetings, item number 3 on your agenda. So Chief will attending the Co-op Reserve Housing Funding Engagement Session, October the 1st in Toronto. And the council, and we have, that's the same day as our lobby effort with the department. So I'll be attending the lobby effort with the department and going to that when we're finished the other meeting.
Okay, what time is that meeting? The lobby meeting?
The lobby
Starts
meeting,
at?
the lobby meeting, I think we said it. Just look it up in my calendar here. We've got a regular, or did we move it to the 3rd? Let me see. I think maybe it's the 3rd. It's the 3rd, pardon me. That should be read the 3rd.
What, the lobby meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have the TMC lobby meeting in Toronto. ISC, October the 3rd at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
9 till 2. Okay, so the housing will be October the 1st in Toronto. That's the day off reserve housing funding. One of the things with and I question whether we should be participating in this, because really the whole issue with the Métis is not settled, and there's a lot of concern that has been raised by the Chiefs of Ontario concerning entitlement to programs and services, and the validity of people that are claiming Métis identity, and the entitlement to access some of these programs and services. So I really question whether we should be endorsing anything where that issue is unsettled. And from what I understand, it's still before the courts in one of the Northern Ontario communities. So I just question why we would be putting a stamp of approval on funding, but with that concern outstanding. So, but apparently there's $2.8 billion that's supposed to be going out over a number of years to fund off-reserve housing. I suppose we
But
can
then that will
attend.
cut us down if that.
Well, there's 918 million over a number of years for First Nations on reserve, so there's a huge difference in terms of how they're addressing on reserve and off reserve. But of course, there was billions of dollars put in the previous budgets. But there's this whole who's entitled to benefit from these programs when the Métis are part of it is really an outstanding, huge issue with the Chiefs of Ontario. And so I think we need to attend maybe for information gathering purposes, but to vote in favor of something, I don't feel I'm prepared to do that because there's too many unsettled issues.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to be able to make that meeting if we're going from 9 to 3?
Yeah. So October the 1st I can attend, and the chief is attending the national. I've been invited to go to the national climate gathering on October the 7th to the 10th in Calgary. Now, Charlie, am I presenting at the climate gathering in Calgary? They've asked me to do a presentation. Okay. And are they paying the expenses? Check and see. So the local business is scheduled for October the 9th. The chief will be attending the data gathering, governance gathering meeting 26th to 27th in Brampton. AIA covers expenses for that. Then our lobby day for the council is October the 3rd from 9 till 2 p.m. We need to find out who's going to be attending the lobby session. October the 3rd is a Thursday.
I'll be there too.
Yes.
So I'll be attending.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else going to go to the lobby day with the department?
I can attend, I believe.
Aaron?
And Curtis usually goes if he's available.
Yeah, Curtis, I think he said he was going.
Will you send me all the details? Where to go?
So we'll put it on the agenda for the next council day.
The address is 655 Bay Street.
What do you want on the agenda for next
Who's,
Saturday?
okay, so far, I'm going to attend the lobby session in Toronto on October. Linda will go, Aaron will go, and I think Curtis said he could go.
You going, Chris? Oh, okay.
Isn't the next meeting October 1st? Yeah.
It's October the 3rd.
Ours is for the lobby is the
Council
3rd.
meeting is October 1st.
Yeah.
So what do you want on the agenda when the meeting's the first? Like our council meeting's the 1st, you're going to another meeting.
I'll attend the council meeting because I don't really, I'll just send my concerns, I think, by email. I've already spoken to Joel about it to ask why are we doing this. I spoke to the Grand Chief this morning.
Okay. And most of us here and just take the train up.
Okay.
But there is a lot of off-reserve homelessness that involves our people. And so I guess it's a way to ensure that they get the services that they should be getting. But when they're applying under this Indigenous umbrella, that includes First Nations status and non-status and Métis. So how do we know that status Indians are being
Yeah, how do
accommodated?
yeah, exactly. And how do we know what's gonna be fair?
That it would be
Especially
fair
when
that
they're that self-identifying.
when you're disidentified as Indigenous.
So I'm still trying to figure out what do you want on the next agenda?
On the next agenda, I want to find out who is going to be attending the lobby session with the
Or the
department
third.
or
So
the
on
Mohawk.
First meeting, council, you want confirmation from the rest of council who's attending?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we can let them know who's coming, okay? And it's from 9 till 2, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay. Motion to approve these meetings.
Oh, go ahead.
Aaron and Linda. Chris, are you attending the lobby session? Okay, Chris will let us know. Okay,
And also on there too, for the ones, meetings on those side of the territory, don't forget mine is, for that mission, missing Indigenous women, that's in October. That's from the 16th to the 18th.
okay, October 16th to the 18th.
Yeah.
Missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls meeting. And where is
And
that
that's
going to?
in Blue Mountain,
And where?
the Blue Mountain Resort
Blue Mountain Resort.
at Caldwell.
You don't?
You said you would attend, so all the reservations.
Okay, all right then. So there's a motion then to approve these here, these meetings here, and it's been moved, and then we'll also require, we've got to wait till Shelley comes back. Okay, we need a motion then to, for Aaron to, for Linda to attend the meeting in Blue Mountain Resort on October the 16th to the 18th on murdered and missing women, and Indigenous
Actually
girls.
included in those.
Or include it in the other, if the mover and seconder agree. Okay, it'll include it in that. Good. Carried. The motion is carried. The Chapel's Royal event at Massey Hall, we need to find out who's going because we have to let them know. There's going to be a reception at the, that's being hosted by the Lieutenant Governor, the Honorable Edith Dumont. It'll be at the Vice Regal Suite at Queen's Park. So I have to let Nathan Tidridge and John Fraser know who's all go and represent the reserve for this because we have a Chapel Royal here. The chief from Six Nations will be representing the Chapel Royal there, and the Mississaugas are getting a Chapel Royal at Massey Hall.
And when
so
is that, Chief?
It's on Friday to September the 27th. Then there's this convocation exercise that's taking place the next day on the 28th. And then I think they're going to go to the, and then is the session at the, then they're going to go to the Six Nations Chapel, and there's some kind of ceremony there as well. So I'm going to be introducing the Dean of Chapels, Royal Canon Paul Wright from St. James's Palace. And I'll be introducing the, I have to give an address. I have to introduce the former National Chief, Perry Bellegarde, who's going to be giving an address there.
Where's that chief? Ottawa, Queen's Park?
It's going to be in Toronto at, It will be at Massey Hall because that's where they're going to have the, if you're on a table of the gathering, let's please send your regrets to Nathan Tidridge at this address. Please see the attached agenda for the gathering being held at Massey College, 4 Devonshire Place, Toronto. That's on the 28th, and then the reception is the night before, the day before at the Vice Regal Suite at Queen's Park. Then the service is at 2 p.m., celebrating the presentation of arms to the Mohawk Chapel, 301 Mohawk Street, Brantford, Ontario. So they're having arms, a coat of arms. We already got one at our chapel.
So who all needs to be at that one?
Well, I have to let them, they said invite as many people as you want. And so the standing invitation is to the
And it's on
council,
a
and
Saturday, is
whoever
that
wants to
correct?
go, it's on the 27th is when it starts. So I'll tell you the day that. That's a Friday, is the 27th.
Mm-hmm. But then they need you there too on the 28th.
Then there's the
right?
28th, and then there's the 29th for the other thing at Six Nations.
You going to the one in Six Nations too?
Well, I suppose I should. I'm sure the chief wouldn't be offended if I didn't go. So the main events, I think, are going to be the presentation of the Massey Hall, because they're getting designated a chapel. That's the Mississauga Nation. So they're really emulating our history, really.
Well, I'd go for the 27th and the 28th, but I don't need to go to
Six Nations. Yeah, I think I'll go just to represent our community.
I'll go for those 2 dates.
So Linda will attend September 27 and 28. And Rod and Lisa are going. Lisa, the Anglican ministers, and the bishop is going.
So where you be staying for that?
Well, someplace close by. I don't want to.
We do our own?
We can. Charlie can book rooms for us.
Oh, okay.
Is there anybody else want to go to that?
No, thank you.
Do you want to go to that, Chris?
Just check my calendar, Chief, let me know today.
Okay, so just put that invitation out. We'll put it on the next agenda because I have to confirm with him who's going so they can get the reception ready at the.
October 1st is their next meeting, and if that's the end of September, then it's too late to put it on the next agenda.
Well, we have local business, don't we? We'll put it on the agenda for local business. So Linda and I are going to attend the Chapel Royal thing, the Friday and Saturday, then I'll just be going to Six Nations.
The other you won't, because that's the Sunday.
Yeah, he's going to the Sunday one. I'm not.
It's Sunday,
So you're over all 3 days.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And I'm just going Friday and Saturday.
Then I'll be there for the 26th because that's the day they're having the Indigenous, the Equity Health Awards. And there's one that's an Indigenous award. Actually, if there's anybody you want to nominate from here next year, they're going to have, it's an annual thing. If there's somebody that does outstanding work that contributes to the health and well-being of people, then you can nominate people. So we did nominate Carmen Jones from the Chiefs of Ontario, but the Chiefs were late getting the nomination over to them, so they're going to hold that one till next year. But there's somebody that up in the James Bay area that's getting an award for the cardiac stuff, cardiac care.
Mm. Well, that's something to think about for the next election.
Yeah, it was sent around here, but there was no response.
When is the deadline for next year?
Well, we don't know yet. They haven't decided. It was sent around though.
Yeah, I just didn't know who to pick.
Okay, that's approved. So can I put in the motion then, I guess, the same motion for travel outside the community, the Chapel Royal events that Linda and I will attend that? You're agreeable, Linda?
Yes.
Okay, that'll be added to that, Shelley? That Linda and I are going?
Me
Aaron,
and
we're just gonna add it to the travel outside the community one.
It was Aaron and Linda.
So Linda and I are going to the Governor General, the Lieutenant Governor's reception on the Friday night. Then we'll be going to the convocation thing on Saturday. Linda will be coming back and I'll go to the Six Nations thing on Sunday. Okay. So the next item on the agenda is the Grower Modular Food Solutions. The Aboriginal Labour Force had a presentation last year. If you'd like these people to come and present to council, they can. The Nipissing they grow lettuce, I think, and they can sell it. Some people distribute it to the community. Some people, it's a hydroponic farm. There have been strawberry farms, cold storage, root cellars, hub units, commercial kitchen space. So there's a variety of different things happening with this new technology. It's modular. They bring and set it up for you, from what I understand. But my advice would be to have them come and present to the council if you're interested.
Chris?
Chris, what's your?
Chief, where do we start to get the ball moving regarding a communal approach to food production, orchards, gardens, and potentially have our children at school participate and maybe have it into their curriculum, into science, into the math?
Well, the thing about it is you'd have to work with, if you're going to change the curriculum at the school, it's a federal school, you'd have to talk to Travis Anderson about that.
Okay, so I'm not saying like.
Because there's certain things that they have to cover
Sure.
to be able to build on their education further when they go off reserve to school.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm not saying really modify their curriculum, but when kids in grade 3, grade 4, they get exercises in math. Well, the exercise is how much food is going to take to feed this community. So you do a number, how much food one person would eat, time the number of community members. But food prices are getting outrageous. And we have to look at sustainability and be self-sustainable for that day when feds and others aren't taking care of us. How do we get that into this community?
It takes a lot of dedication, determination, and ambition.
I know that, but where do we direct some staff to research this and get
And
things moving?
actually, there's off reserve, they have volunteers that have big community gardens. The people and they just plow up land, they plant stuff, they harvest that stuff, and they distribute it. They have big community gardens. There's some in Napanee, there's some in Belleville. They have rooftop gardens and stuff like that. It starts by working the land, getting your volunteers planting with a dedicated group of people.
Okay.
And actually what I think summer students could work at that, as well as people that need community service for their diploma.
And there's
For the-
also a good point to.
the Ontario Works,
for
the
our
ones that are
youth
able to
council,
pay them a
once
little
we get
bit
that
more
up
money
running.
and let them, they're allowed to earn some top-up wages. So hire those people, but you need to get the ball rolling somewhere.
And
But this is all hydroponic though.
Yeah.
This is year-round stuff.
Right. So where I'm going with that is how do we change the mindset? Once upon a time we were farmers, we grew vegetables, and now we've become the land of the grass cutters. And we put all our time and effort into maintaining our lawns, but we've lost touch with having gardens and orchards and all the things that sustain us. And our time and effort is spent on lawnmowers and gas, and our time is spent cutting lawns, which is counterproductive. We bought into that non-native mentality of, I come from the land of the grass cutters when I travel the country and do presentations. So I'm like, look at our beautiful lawns, look at our beautiful massive lawns.
Do you remember?
It's all backwards.
Do you remember Lil Fort?
Yes, she's a cousin, yes.
She used to have a great big garden,
Yep.
and there'd be tomatoes and stuff that she was even willing to give away and teach people how to can stuff. Not one person showed up show any kind of interest in canning or harvesting it. No, if you picked it for them and just said, come and get it, they'd do that.
So how do we get beyond us talking about this at this table
Has to
and
be.
try to get it into the
We have to
community?
educate the community to get that, because back in the day when Gordon Foster was with us, he went ahead and he did a community garden and it was very well received and a lot of people used it. But now
Except-
nobody does
Do you
it.
know what happened? When Gordon Foster, he had his leg up, right? When it came time to weed that garden, guess who showed up?
Just Gordon.
Just Gordon Foster. The person with an artificial leg showed up. When it came to harvest it, guess who showed up?
Just Gordon.
Gordon Foster. All of that, those vegetables and stuff he grew, he used to go to the school and they'd make soup with that for the kids at the school.
But maybe that could be a project that we could be talking to the school where those kids could be part of that.
Yeah.
And with anything that they grow, they could take it and put it in the fair. And what they have abundance of, use it at the
Linda.
school, use it at Red Cedars,
Linda.
use it. You know, we can utilize those groceries, put it for these food boxes so we don't have to buy as much.
Yeah. No, there's opportunity. What I think we should do is have a meeting with this here, because this is year-round stuff. We need to find out what are the costs. Is there a cost associated with this? Like, what does it cost to set this kind of thing up? And just have more information, gather information about this opportunity.
And there should be funding out there too for that green.
And I would also
and
say,
food sovereignty.
let's
Green energy and food
We
sovereignty.
have to put some money up too. We have to.
Yeah, I
walk the
know.
talk.
There are grants. What we were told at the presentation
agree,
at
Chris.
LTC in Aurelia, that there are grants available from Agriculture Canada to get this going, this kind of operation going. And I'm sure if we had a meeting with Agricultural Canada, that we could find out what grants are available and what can they do. So some communities have big farms, like at Walpole, they have a very big band farm there, but they hire people to work it for them. But it's managed property. It's people are disciplined. They show up when they're supposed to. They do what they're supposed to do.
And we have people like really through the justice circle, people that owe hours to the community. They could be doing something real as opposed to 6 people owe community labor and they all take turns pushing a lawnmower. They 5 of them sitting there. Okay, you push for a while, you push for a while. Like that, I don't call that community service. 6 kids to cut a lawn.
But there, through leadership and leadership and discipline, it'll work. But again, you need reliable people to make it work.
So who can on the staff could we delegate to get this stuff moving?
First of all, where I think it needs to start, like I could see there being like apple orchards here, pear orchards. There could be tomatoes. There could be flower corn. There could be potatoes and carrots. But you need to find out. Not every type of soil is good at growing stuff. So you need to find out what the soil is best. What kind of crop you could plant there. But again, when you plant it, it has to be looked after. It has to be watered. It has to be weeds have
Maintained
to
and
be
yes.
you have to maintain it in order to get a good crop. If you don't look after it and you just let it all grow up in weeds, the weeds will choke it and it'll be no good.
So where does it start? Where do we get this ball moving as opposed to us talking about it?
Well,
How do we get action?
I guess you
I
would.
think the best start would be, let's have those people come down and do their presentation, see where we can start from them, and have the people at the table when they come down, like even the people from the seed sanctuary. See what ideas they have. They have seeds that's got to be planted. Our indigenous historical seeds have to be planted here soon.
So
And looked
what's
after.
holding it up?
They've got no place to plant. And to have the people to help them with that, right?
Couldn't they be reaching out to community members that want to put it in?
Well,
their
they
yard get it
try to,
moving?
but they don't get a lot of, like the chief says, a lot of people
Like
showing up.
when you look at the Culverson land, the 300 acres, I mean, that's just all going up into weeds now. That used to harvest an awful lot of hay to feed cattle there.
So I think we do have to do a lot at our end, like education-wise, being able to promote that.
But we have to delegate. We have to put somebody in charge of champion it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we're just talking in circles about it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm confused.
You
I
need
don't know
you need
who
a
we
leader.
get.
You need
I
a
just-
leader who can motivate people to work.
And does, Jeffries,
Luke?
yeah. I know he does, he works for the, he does work at the Sea Sanctuary. Does he work for us
But,
too?
their job, their job, they never,
Works with TTO.
Oh,
their job, I don't think, was to grow the food. Their was to generate the seeds to plant, and they give those seeds to plant to other people, so they can grow the food in their gardens.
yes, I get those, I get seeds from them every year.
Because,
they should in the newsletter.
because there used to be,
Should be.
when I was growing up, just about every house had some kind of small garden that they grow, a lot of people grow their own food. They do potatoes and
And maybe
carrots
we
and
could, maybe
lettuce. and-
that could be the start. We should be advertising. If you need seeds to grow your own food,
The
come
fair-
and see the Seed Sanctuary.
The fair board used to have a contest.
All
They'd
they
go around,
did
they
was-
judge
it
the
was
gardens.
just a donation.
The gardens. So what? Who's growing food? We don't know. Maybe there are people that grow their own food.
There's the project too, the Dish with One Spoon project that's doing food sovereignty work. I think that's Andrew Brandt that's running that, and they've donated a ton of food as well to, I think, the Food Resource Center. Maybe he did a presentation with us not too long ago
Yeah.
to tell
I
us
know-
where their food's going. Working with the schools as well, bringing the
Maybe
kids
that's
over.
the people we should look into, maybe.
Well, what you should do is talk to the staff at the school to see if there would be an interest in having some kind of community garden there. Wilbert Miracle offered to plow up some land over at the CWC because they at one time there was talk about having a garden over there. Wilbert said, I'll come and plow it up for them. They want the garden, but there was nobody ever got back to them. And he's the one that used to cut all the hay here. Really, our lands are not being managed in terms of realizing the best potential of them. Like, did the hay tenders go out this year? Or is it just anybody comes and helps themselves now? How is it being managed? Yes?
Chief, I'd like to table a motion for staff to investigate a food security strategy, whether it's with QMS, but direction goes to the staff to come up with, Sherry will allocate accordingly, but a motion to have staff investigate a food security strategy.
And I think if you look off reserve with farming, what they do is they have a lot of migrant workers that come in from other countries to do the work,
We have people.
the
We
labor.
do too. And even that, Eric Pond, he worked over there for years.
Is there a second for Chris's motion?
I'll second, Chief.
Linda. What do you want to do with this, what's on the agenda this here? Hydroponic.
Well, I would move that we would ask them to come down and give us a
You
presentation,
want a presentation?
and with our leader, who's ever going to lead this, to be here too.
Would that be
whoever
part of your
Dave-
motion too?
I have to declare a potential conflict of interest.
Why?
Because it's Aboriginal Workforce Development Circle, and I may be renewing my contract to go back to work for them.
But they don't work for them. They just made a presentation to the
I
organization.
know, but just can be construed that Chris is pushing that, and then he goes back there and gets a job
Okay.
there, so I
Okay.
just, the whole
So
thing.
then- so then
the
is
whole
there-
thing, I put that on there to prompt me to talk about food security, whether it's them or everybody, but I don't want to come back to bite me later that, oh, you just pushed that because he went back to work there. So it's
Is
cleaner for me.
ALFDC running it, or was that just the
No,
presentation they received?
They were the only one, they had it as a presentation at their meeting.
Did they turn it down?
No, they're looking at it too,
Okay.
but it was just part of their board meeting that they showed this, and there was other things that they showed.
So then, are you going to move that, Linda? Then they have a presentation? So it'll be moved by Linda. Is there a seconder?
Yep, I'll second.
Aaron, and you're declaring conflict of interest, Chris?
Yes, please. Potential.
I think it's a great idea, and it's someplace to start.
And I would also think we should be having a meeting with Agriculture Canada.
Yes, I
Can
agree
I put that
too,
on your
Chief.
motion?
Mm-hmm, yes, please.
Seeing as the justice circles under our realm now, should we not be inviting them to get potentially involved? If you have people that owe this community hours,
Well,
those are a good way to give back.
Let's find out what we can put together first, then go there next, because let's see what the lay of the land looks like. How would we put this together, a plan together? But I think council, if you want to get it done, work with the staff closely and get it done.
Yeah, so we'll have most of the legwork done and then we can invite in the Justice
Yeah.
Circle to.
And then first of all, it starts
Show 'em
by
what we
saying, what is
have.
the land good for growing? Because some of the land that's sandy is good for growing strawberries. Land that's well drained is good for growing flour
Yeah, and
corn.
the other thing you also do too is when you're dealing with your soil, I took Landscape Ontario, and then you always have to have that soil tested. Some of our lands here right now are full of pesticides. Because we've leased those lands out for farmers who use pesticides. When you use pesticides in your soil, it takes up to 7 to 10 years for that pesticide to come out of the ground. The fastest way for pesticides to be taken out of the ground is, right now, the research shows that it's hemp that can return your soil back within 1 to 2 years.
Okay. Next item then is the appointment to the LFDC board. Linda's indicated an interest in joining the LFDC board. Is there a motion?
A
Motion.
motion.
Aaron and Chris?
Thank you. And just, to let you know, the reason I wanted to be on the board is because it's very close to my heart, the unemployment and training. So that's why I'd like to be on the board, so I could just stay on top of that.
And I am spread way too thin.
What's that, Chief?
I'm spread too thin. Hydro connection, 493 Mowbrays Road. They're requesting approval for Hydro One to connect to 493 Norway's Road as per the attached hydro layout for Nick Brinkle. The road superintendent has reviewed it, and there will be one road crossing pole along with 2 supporting anchors. It is recommended that council grant approval for Hydro One to complete the work. Is there a motion?
What's going in there, chief?
There, 1 road crossing pole and 2 supporting anchors.
No, what's the service for? A
Hydro.
home or, I know, but
Yeah,
is it for a home or a
it's for home.
business
It's
or?
for a home.
Okay, thank you.
A motion.
Moved by Aaron,
I'll second, chief.
Chris. I don't think the application says what it's for, though, does it? If it's for a home or a business, does it matter?
Oh, well, someone was gonna bring in toxic waste or something, and
Yeah, well, they wouldn't be applying to Hydro to do that.
if you had a facility of some kind, though, it's just nice to know what's being developed.
It's been moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris. The motion is carried. Can we put that information with these hydro connections? Is it a business or what kind of business it is? There's a hydro connection for 1009 Upper Slash Road, requesting that approval for Hydro One to connect 1009 Upper Slash Road for the attached hydraulic. Nick Brinklow has reviewed it and is recommending it. Approval request required to install 1 new span with 1 new 45-foot 3-pole and 1 new anchor along the road. Allowance for NCON at 1009 Upper Slash Road. Trees along this area will also need to be cleared for proper clearance. Line will take off from pole CJ8 T and F across from 964 Upper Slash Road, going 55 meters east. New pole location and anchor are staked. It's recommended council grant approval. I do not know what that is. So let's give Todd a call and find out. Good morning, Todd. The hydro connection on Upper Slash Road, is that for a business or a house?
On the Upper Slash Road,
1009 Upper Slash Road, it says one new anchor along road allowance for NCon at 1009 Upper Slash Road.
oh yeah, that'd be for residents, chief.
And so the one on Bell's Road is for residents as well, correct?
What's the address on that?
To Norway's.
Is it? Oh, pardon me.
What is it?
It's 493 Norway's Road, pardon, excuse me, it's Norway's Road. Is that a house?
As far as I know, chief, they've all been residential, I haven't seen any for business.
Okay, we should, because the council just asked for clarity on it, they want to know if they're connecting residences or businesses.
Well, yeah, they're residences.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry. That's why I was told I needed the residences.
And is it our job, chief, when it says the trees along this area need to be cleaned up, so that, will that be us or that hydro?
I don't know. Normally, if it's in the road allowance, I presume it's us, but Hydro does have a forestry crew.
Yeah, because they, when I was implementing training, they had asked when that stuff happened, when they had to trim all those trees, they didn't have enough workforce, so they called us and we put a crew together and they paid for it.
They offered to do the powwow grounds too last year. I think we ended up paying a contractor.
Actually, the whole hydro corridor, for the transmission line, they've actually had a contract with our people to do the whole brushing of the whole corridor, and I don't know whether that work ever got done or not. So they were working with Kenny Sparks and that crew.
Yeah, because that's what I did when I was implementing training. Hydro approached us that they didn't have enough workforce to be able to get that work done, and wanted to know if we could
Okay.
take the work on, and they would
Nice.
us give
I'll
us the
motion.
funds.
What's that?
Or did you already motion?
Oh, I'm not sure. Can't
The
remember.
harvesting request for Jay Cadu?
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, for the hydro connection. Okay. Oh, pardon me. Moved by Aaron
I'll second chief.
and Linda. Okay. Motion's carried. The harvesting application, Jody Ronald Cadu, did we not have
I
this
thought we
Cadu?
just did that.
Was that in the minutes already before? Jody Ronald Cadu, I thought we had to approve this on September the 3rd. Isn't there a motion to approve this one in the minutes that we just approved? September the 3rd minutes.
Yeah.
Jody Ronald Cadu? So this has already been approved.
What about-
Or is there two Ronald Jody Cadus? I'm sorry, Shelley?
So
Okay,
just pass that.
okay. So just noting that that's already been approved. It's of September the 3rd. There's a new business registration for Darlene's Art. The owner is Darlene J. Loft, and she makes greeting cards, paintings, sold, Facebook crafts, no inspection as per policy. Motion to approve.
I'll move.
Chris Miracle
I'll second.
and Aaron. There's the motion is carried. The number 10, the business registration Kentucky, Kentegi Mechanical. The owner is Michelle Brandt, heating, air conditioning installation, service maintenance contractor, environmental and fire inspections completed, industrial accreditations attached, and there's insurance on file. Motion to approve.
I'll motion.
Aaron will second it.
I will, Chief.
Chris? In favor, Linda?
Yep.
Motion is carried. Number 11. New business registration for Meritech. Chris M. Miracle. Is this junior or yourself, Chris?
I believe that's Chris from Shannonville.
Okay, so, okay, this is in Shannonville, okay. Just note that then. Telecommunication consulting business, server hosting for internet TV, no inspections required as per policy.
I'll motion.
Moved by Aaron. Is there a seconder?
I'll second.
Linda? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. A business registration for Moonlight on the Bay. The owner is Jonathan and Linda Miracle, and it's a villa rental for that cottage along the bay, which we were at a few weeks ago. Environmental and fire inspections completed, insurance not required.
Approved, Chief.
Moved by Chris. Is there a seconder?
I'll second too.
Linda? So I guess if the insurance is not required, if somebody fell and got hurt there, do they not have to have insurance for that?
I think it said that it covered under their house insurance.
Under their house insurance? Okay,
Maybe they just didn't have separate insurance.
because it's a business. So it's covered under their property insurance?
I
Okay.
believe so. I think it said that. I'm just double checking.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought I read.
Anyway,
Yep.
just check into that and let us know.
It says they're covered under their house insurance.
Covered under their house insurance, okay. Business registration for Rebecca Miracle, Mohawk, Feather Smith.
Move.
Second.
Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion
Because
is
it's a
carried.
renewal, it's not a new one.
A business registration renewal for Rebecca Miracle Featherman, that's number 13, there are two of them on here. Okay, it's just a duplication. There's two things, same thing. Number 14. Understanding palliative care experience for Indigenous people, research, MBQ Home and Community Care Program approach with a request to conduct research on understanding palliative care experiences of Indigenous people in collaboration with Queen's University and Frontenac and Lennox and Addington. And Lennox is Lennox and Addington, Ontario Health Team. For more information, please see a briefing note. The recommendation is council approve participation in the research on the understanding palliative care experiences of Indigenous people in collaboration with Queen's University. Ontario Health Team. Was put on the agenda by who?
Susan.
I'll move, Chief.
It was put on by Susan. And I'll second that, Chief.
Okay. Anyone opposed? Motion's carried. The next one is the 5-year agreement with for Indigenous chronic disease prevention, and it's diabetes education program. And it's an increase of $10,800 a year. This will bring our 5-year budget up to $278,500 for the next 5 years, from 2024 to 2029. We need a motion to increase the annual budget for the diabetes education program and approve the signing of the 5-year agreement with the Ministry of Health. Is there a motion?
I'll move, Chief.
I'll
Linda
second.
and Aaron? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. The MBQ audit. I think we should acknowledge the letter and place it on the agenda for full council.
I
Okay.
agree.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
I'll second.
Put it on the next TMC regular council. Now, the management letter is really for council. The audit is public, but the management letter is for council. The Hicks Morley invoice, which is our legal counsel. We have legal matters for employment for the amount of $224. Invoice 381 was $224. Invoice 382, $224. Invoice 383, $392. Invoice 504, 84 for $504. And this is for the period of July the 1st to 31st, and the total amount is $1,344. Is there a motion to pay?
I'll motion.
Aaron? Is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
Linda? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. We have an invoice from Derek Wong from Aboriginal Business Network for August 2024 in the amount of $14,000 for long-term care agreement and corporate structure and economic development. So long-term care was $1,750 and the Economic Development Corporation was $12,250. Motion to pay these invoices.
Chief, question?
Yes.
Is that under a hard drive or breakdown? Like that $12,000-$13,000, whatever it was. Is there a breakdown in there?
Can someone answer the
It's
councilor's
in
question?
private. It's in private under the legal invoices.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Motion to pay these invoices.
Motion.
Aaron?
I'll second, Chief.
Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. The new dock purchase. So we'll get some use out of the ferry dock. I see it's installed now, and Chris?
May I make a motion to defer that for Chris Hockey to attend? We
You
have
can.
docks in the water now, so there's no real urgency for this year.
Okay, you can.
Yeah, and
Just
also
a
my
suggestion.
question is, on this invoice, they put taxes on there,
Which one?
Quote.
on the quote, but
Yeah.
still, it should be any taxes.
It's a motion to defer it to the next council. There's a seconder?
I'll second you.
Linda? But let's make sure we're not, that the contractor is not holding a price that we're gonna miss out on, so be sure of that, okay? This issue, now let me see here, we've got here. So we are hosting a corporate gala on the 27th of October, and so we have corporate tables, and it's to raise money for our long-term care and for the Belleville Hospital Foundation. And the profit from the dinner will be shared between the Tyendinaga Mohawk long-term care facility and the Belleville General Hospital Foundation. And so just would like to put something on the next agenda that we make a donation to the Belleville Hospital Foundation. of some
Motion.
kind. But we need an amount.
Can we defer to next council? So we have.
If we
full
could
council?
local business, we should.
Yeah, we can do
because
it on local.
We'll do
Yep,
it,
yep.
we'll put it on the agenda for local
Okay.
business. So just find out what we can afford but there are 1,400 people that used the Belleville General Hospital from our community last year. And they used pretty much all the services like oncology, psychiatric care, geriatric care for people that are in the X-ray, cancer diagnostic imaging and ultrasound, all those X-ray, all those services that they provide. So it's well used by our community members. Now, also, I'd like to know who from council will be attending the gala.
I know I will be. If I'm
You'll
gonna
be-
be
you'll be-
working stiff. I'm-
Just let Charlie know if you're going to attend the gala.
When's that
Charlie,
date?
I will
October
be
the
attending.
27th. So we're going to show up our Chapel Royal between 4 and 5, and then dinner's at 5:30, 5:30 till 7. Then Todd Green's going to play some music upstairs along with Dale Claus. We'll do that, and then that's pretty much. And then the fire department going to run the bar to make money for the fire department.
And your
suppose
silent auction table?
Yeah, we're going to have a silent auction table. You'll buy tickets, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be 50-50, then there's other prizes. And if you can sell tickets to help raise money for the cause, then we'll give you some tickets. Just let us know. But I don't want to hear I took a bunch of tickets, but I didn't see anybody. You see people every day. Open your mouth and ask. Okay, so the upcoming meetings are September the 24th is the local council. The next local business, October the 1st is the regular council meeting. October the 9th is the Mohawk Council local business. October the 16th is regular council. October 22nd is the local business meeting. Motion to go in private.
I'll motion.
Moved by Aaron,
I'll second, Chief.
second by Linda. We're going into private at 12:05. I would like to thank everybody who's joined online. And thank you for your patience while we waited for a quorum of council this morning. And just thank you and wish everybody a good day. And we'll see you next.